fullest of regards to the fellow members of the Alpha branch of the Utopia. And now, commencing video.
Hello everyone, my name is the one and only Silverreploid CLE. How are you guys doing on YouTube? That's right, the Silverreploid/Inkdeling coming at you live looking fresh in the flesh on the net, stream or non-stream, and welcome back everyone to another video. First things first, hope you guys are having a very blessed and safe Monday thus far, and let's just jump into our first reaction right here, our first video for today. And this is another SCP reaction, since I kind of feel like that it's been forever since I reacted to an SCP related video, although I think it's been like a week or a couple of weeks or so, but regardless of how many weeks there were, we're finally getting back to it after some time. Today we're looking at SCP-2000 Deus Ex Machina, which is the terminology in, I think, Greek or Latin, the god from a machine. Oh jeez. Anyway guys, before we get started reaction, for those who are new to the channel, thank you all very much as always for tuning in, and of course giving the channel a very excellent glimpse. Your everlasting love and support are greatly appreciated by yours truly. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed, leave your comments down below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you please with the notifications activated. Also, big shout out to members on behalf of the Utopian branch, aka the membership branch. If you wish to become a member on behalf of the branch, please refer to the join button, review the perks, and when you join, the perks will be granted to you by yours truly. Make sure you also subscribe to SCP Explained for more of their explanatory animations. Channels provided in the description, comments on the outro, and with that being said guys, let's go ahead and check this out. We shall see how it goes. Rolling clip now. Hi everyone, before continuing, it is with great pleasure to let you guys know that I made a cameo. If you'd like to receive a personal video shout out from me, whether it's your birthday, your wedding day, or if you even like to receive a congratulatory shout out for your gaming achievement, sporting achievements, social media account milestones, and so much more to help you to also start your cameo journey, please refer to my link located in the video description.
Dr. Lola Bergman was an accomplished senior researcher for the SCP Foundation. Her
Hello,
years of hard
Dr.
work
Bergman.
studying anomalies and dedication to the Foundation had earned her a level 3 security clearance, allowing her to access a bevy of secret information across the Foundation's vast network. As a researcher and a scientist, Dr. Bergman was the naturally inquisitive type. She wanted to know everything there was to know about the strange and esoteric universe around her. That's why, when she heard about the file for SCP-2000, one of the organization's best-kept secrets, she was hooked. The only problem was that just to view the file, you had to be on the O5 Council or have a special subset of level 4 clearance known as 4-2000. Unfortunately, Dr. Bergman was only a level 3, but you know what they say, the forbidden fruit always tastes the sweetest.
So in other words, something fruitful is behind something that is not within Dr. Bergman's qualification, considering that she is clearance 3 and the other possible scientists were clearance 4. So in order to see what was behind that very door in the SCP Foundation, she would have to be level 4 clearance, or have the level 4 clearance ID card. Oof.
Dr. Bergman had given the Foundation years of service. What could the harm be in breaking the rules and getting a peek behind the curtain just this once? Through somewhat deceptive means, Dr. Bergman managed to get her hands on some 4-2000 clearance credentials and decided to access the file on an encrypted personal device. They'd never even know. But as she entered the credentials, she found herself suddenly looking at an image. On its face, nothing. An image of a dirt road in a field with tiny white text reading, "Remember us." But this was a powerful cognito-hazardous image capable of causing immediate incapacitation. The next thing she knew, she was laying on the ground, unconscious. When she woke up, she was no longer a doctor at the SCP Foundation. She was on a street corner, unable to remember her own name, let alone her history. All she could do was murmur something about a secret under Yellowstone National Park. Dr. Bergman's years of service had meant nothing in the end. SCP-2000 is an anomalous asset so vital to not only the Foundation, but the entire world, that so much as attempting to access it without the proper clearance leads to immediate termination. But what's really hidden under Yellowstone National Park? And why are the Foundation higher-ups so intent on keeping it secret, even from most of their own ranks? Of course, Yellowstone National Park itself is no stranger to anomalous activity. The entire national park is technically an SCP known as SCP-1422. While it since has been neutralized, SCP-1422 caused all members of the SCP Foundation to have no awareness of Yellowstone National Park prior to 2007.
Dang.
But the true nature of SCP-2000, the secret hidden under Yellowstone National Park.
So the Yellowstone National Park, I apologize, were two SCP anomalies, 1422 and now 2000, considering that the secret anomaly is underneath the park itself. Whoa.
Is not only stranger than SCP-1422, but also, depending on your perspective, either profoundly relieving or utterly terrifying.
I'd say the
But
second
before you
one.
can truly understand the purpose and gravity of SCP-2000, or the Deus Ex Machina, we need to talk about the end of the world. In Foundation parlance, K-class scenarios are events which have drastic implications on the state of society, normality, or even life. The most dangerous and feared of all of these are XK class scenarios, which are, for all intents and purposes, the apocalypse. There are a worrying number of anomalies capable of bringing about an XK class scenario if the Foundation ever dropped the ball on their protection or containment. While the Foundation believes that prevention is always preferable to the cure, what happens when prevention doesn't work? What happens when our worst fears are realized, and the end truly comes for us all? The answer is SCP-2000 happens. Simply put, the anomaly is a reset button, a chance to start over when all life has been compromised by anomalous activity. 2000 is a giant and mysterious facility beneath Yellowstone National Park.
You would probably guarantee that is much more counterproductive compared to a factory set on certain systems.
The entrance is disguised as a disused park ranger station, feeding into a facility that burrows miles down into the earth. It's a place that contains incredible anomalous technologies capable of bringing the world back to its former glory, even after the worst happens. Only a select few personnel are allowed to work at the facility, keeping its machinery maintained in case the day comes where we ever need to use it again. These personnel are not allowed to come and go as they please, and their memories of 2000 are wiped if they're ever reassigned to different Foundation duties elsewhere.
So
While
they're
the
not to know about
SCP-2000 is the Foundation's and humanity's lifeboat, and as such, the base is well guarded both from potential human threats as well as anomalous activity and reality warpers. The surface-level entrance to the base is surrounded by a number of strategically placed Scranton Reality Anchors, or SRAs. These devices, largely constructed of corrosion-resistant beryllium-bronze alloy, keep certain type of reality-bending anomalies from manifesting their powers within the vicinity of the base. However, these are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the state-of-the-art Foundation technology employed within and around SCP-2000. You probably have a lot of questions, and that's understandable.
Yeah.
What kind of technology can possibly reverse an apocalypse? And what did we mean when we said we may need to use it again? Well, listen up, because this is going to be a lot to take in.
Of course.
SCP-2000 is powered by a liquid fluoride thorium reactor, stabilized by 5 Xiank Anastasicos constant temporal sinks, and hosts the most miraculous technology of all, 500,000 bright Zartion hominoid replicators. Utilizing geothermal energy from the volcanic activity in the area, the base could potentially remain operational forever if Foundation staff kept up with maintenance. The grand majority of the space in this huge subterranean facility is taken up by building materials, construction equipment, factory machinery, agricultural equipment, and computer database storage. Why? Well, let's explain the process of the apocalypse and how it relates to the activities of SCP-2000. In any K-class or end-of-the-world scenario that doesn't destroy SCP-2000 in the process, any surviving Foundation member can enact Procedure CYA-009, while any Foundation facilities globally can monitor the unfolding situation. While SCP-2000 is waiting for the all-clear to do its thing, remaining Foundation sites set in motion what is known as the Ganymede Protocol. This involves collecting and preserving materials which could be useful during the recreation process. However, it's extremely possible that in a sudden XK-class end-of-the-world scenario, there may be no surviving Foundation personnel, or at least, not enough to maintain any kind of organization. Thankfully, there are fail-safe measures for such a scenario. During the periods of extended inaction caused by an apocalypse that destroys most human life, SCP-2000 will gradually, autonomously, relax its security measures. Any personnel, regardless of clearance, will be able to activate the next stage of the process when this occurs. If such a thing doesn't happen for an extended period, the security measures lapse further, to the point that even the presence of an animal could activate it. This would set into motion Procedure Lazarus-01, humanity's last hope for survival. That's where the 500,000 bright Zartion hominoid replicators, or BZHRs, come in. These incredible pieces of anomalous technology are capable of perfectly cloning the entire human race from any given period in the last 20 years, even down to their ages and memories, thanks to Class G hallucinogens and developmental hypnotherapy. With a warm-up period of 5 days, these machines are capable of creating 100,000 viable, non-anomalous humans per day. The facility keeps records of all known human alleles, and is capable of recreating any lost human genomes or generating as many new and unique genomes as necessary to repopulate human civilization.
Wow.
Which humans the machines generate depends on the period of time the machine is ordered to replicate. It will first reproduce prominent cultural and political figures, as well as the acting top brass of the SCP Foundation to coordinate the recreation effort, of course. The machine will then recreate, well, everyone else. You're probably wondering, if the world outside SCP-2000 has been destroyed, then what good is creating all these new humans if they have nothing to go back to?
Yeah.
Thankfully, SCP-2000 has a contingency for rebuilding both the infrastructure of civilization as well as society itself. The first generation clones will have one mission: rebuild, and they will have quite literally all the resources in the world to do it. In addition to having all the physical equipment for buildings and agriculture, SCP-2000 stores an immense amount of data, which is appropriate, considering the whole facility is basically a huge backup drive for life itself. They have the entire internet backed up, as well as the sum of all human memory, and a wide cultural base with copies of thousands of famous works of art, music, and literature. They have all the scattered jigsaw pieces of the time that came before, and it's their job to put the whole thing back together. It's expected that many of the first generation of clones will die in this process, but that's fine. With the BZHRs working at full capacity, anyone can be replicated. As the population increases and spreads across the globe, rebuilding and recolonizing old settlements, population growth will increase exponentially. Once society returns to some kind of normal, decades after the activation of Procedure Lazarus-01, it becomes the Foundation's task to restore the psychological and historical status quo. Administrators will falsify dendrochronological, astronomical, and radiometric dating records to make it seem as though history never paused. They'll then employ amnestic agent NUE-5 en masse to erase and reconstruct the memories of the entire human population up until the chosen time prior to the end of the world. As far as civilization knows, nothing ever happened. History never stopped, and life goes on. It may seem comforting at first to know that the ultimate contingency is out there, even if there's a containment breach of astronomical proportions and the world as we know it ends, there's still a way out. It means that there's hope, even in the bleakest situations. But of course, there are always caveats. After all, if a deal seems too good to be true, it's safe to assume it probably is. Whether any of this works is dependent on two factors. The first is that no anomalies or human insurgents infiltrate the SCP-2000 facility and destroy the equipment within. It's for this reason that discussion of the facility is so restrictive. If ever a powerful reality warper discovered and gained access to the facility, we would lose our lifeboat. The second factor is the overall integrity of the machines. After all, without proper maintenance, it's not hard for the technology to malfunction, often to truly horrifying results. The failure of some SRA and X-Ax components is believed to have caused erroneous BZHR activity, resulting in the production of 10 million humanoid entities with internal biology wildly inconsistent with humanity. These beings remained unconscious for 5 weeks before dying. In the event of an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario, well-maintained machines can reproduce the human race, but all it'd take is one little malfunction to release 10 million mutants who are effectively dead on arrival. Even with SCP-2000 in our back pocket, the fate of the world still lives on a knife's edge, but in a way that's not even the most frightening part of the existence of SCP-2000. Seeing as the machine can perfectly reproduce reality without leaving a trace behind, it raises the question, how many times has this happened? You may be surprised, but the Foundation can confirm this occurred at least twice in recorded history. But
That's
can
it?
you ever really be sure of how many times your clone has crawled out of the BZHR? We received a disturbing clue to the reality of the situation when human remains were discovered on site at SCP-2000. All tests indicate that the remains are between 450 and 700 years old, and have been matched to the very much alive Dr. Alto Clef, who has no knowledge of how these remains came to be there. The only other thing found within the remains was a note, hermetically sealed in a plastic document sleeve. The note read, "Why did we have to build this thing? When did we do it? How long have we been doing it? Do we even know?" And the answer? No, we don't. And for everyone's peace of mind, it's probably best to just forget about it, if you can.
Yeah,
Now go
can
check
we
out
really? Because literally, okay, I'll say this. When the narrator mentioned that this was a lot to process before Dr. What was her name again? It was Dr. Bergman. Yes, Dr. Lola Bergman was a scientist, a level 3 clearance scientist, when she discovered some of the secrets of SCP-1422, the Yellowstone National Park. That right there was kind of easy to perceive, considering that she was very curious about what was underneath the secret of the Yellowstone National Park when she accessed the encrypted data within the drive. And now we come to find out that the National Yellowstone Park was only two entities, which are 1422 and 2000. And yeah, the part where everything was unfolding with Lazarus 01 and the part where they were mentioning something about Lazarus 01 and everything else, my CPU in my brain was like literally like typing, trying to gather the details together and everything, but everything that was like described scientifically was like kind of laborious to process. But I can gather one thing: replication with humans and how the world was on the verge of ending and stuff like that in their case. I mean, but yeah, that was just like, yeah, all that was just very hard to process. But either way, everything still was like a mystery, even though it happened like doubly, like 2 times. But yeah, so that right there, guys, was my reaction to SCP-2000 Deus Ex Machina, and where there were like multiple human replications and stuff, how everything was just like, yeah. But either way, guys, that was my reaction to the explanatory animation. I hope you guys enjoyed it very much, and if you did, as always, guys, please hit the like button once again, leave your comments down below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button with the notifications activated. Also, make sure you subscribe to SCP Explained for more of their explanatory animations. Channels provided in the description, comments in the outro, and guys, my social media, Twitch, and my song list are provided in the description as well. If you wish to request a personal video shout out of yours truly, you may do so by referring to my Cameo link located in the video description. And if you also wish to request a personal song that you can use for your content, etc., or projects, you may refer to me via social media. We'll go from there for I do song commissions. This is me, Silverreploid CLE, signing off for now. I love you guys. Stay fresh in the flesh and off the hook, and of course, safe after watching this. And I'll catch every single one of you in the next video. If you love music, and if you would like to partake in supporting my channel by purchasing music, please refer to my song list down below. Hey guys, Silverreploid CLD here. I want to thank all of you for watching this video. Please smash on the like button, subscribe for more content if you're new, and please turn on the push notifications. And also, please make sure you check out my other videos or any video on display and show tons of love and support for not only me, but to those who are also involved. Have a great one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!